smell that, guys? It smells like Volvo gravy. What's up, guys? It's Drifts and Lifts here. All right, so today's episode, we're having another drift event. So we're at Mission Speedway, and we have what I would consider a plethora of Volvos with us. We got 5 guys out, so 5 740s, 940s. I got the panel wagon out, so if you guys remember the last video, I had this car out at the competition. We got up to the top 4 spot and I blew a head gasket because the car was getting too hot and it started to detonate pretty bad. Just a lot of heat soak in the intercooler and that kind of thing. And it ended up blowing a head gasket. So I brought it into the garage and we put a new head gasket in, got the Rock Auto special. I think they're like $15 or whatever. So in hopes to prevent the detonation today, I actually got a big jug of toluene. So if you guys don't know what that is people use it as a paint thinner, I believe, or a paint stripper, but it's actually a pretty good octane booster. So my buddy actually had a discount on his account at the paint store because he owns a painting company, and I got it for pretty cheap. So I got a 5-gallon jug for 70 bucks. I don't know what that is compared to other octane boosters and stuff like that, but I heard it's pretty effective. So we're running about a 20% mixture right now. We're actually gonna have another video at the dyno when we test this you know, homemade octane booster. We'll leave that for another video though. So hopefully this will kind of save it. I turned the boost down a little bit. We're running the distributor all the way retarded, so max retarded. Stock timing is about 12 before top dead center, and we're probably running about 8 right now, so a couple degrees less. Hopefully she hangs in there. It's not really super hot out today, like it's kind of muggy, but it's not like scorching heat. We're probably about 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. It may rain today, so I'm not too sure. Hopefully it doesn't. It's always more fun at a drift event when it's not raining. If you guys look, I got a couple new sets of wheels actually. So the goal was to have all cool wheels at the track, so I didn't have to run stock wheels anymore. I can just always be swapping on something cool and wide. So I picked these up. These are some random Eagle alloys for $200, so they are 16 by 8 and they're really low offset. They rub pretty bad. The tires I have on them are too big. It's a 205 55/16, so a little bit on the big side. At least they look really cool. I don't know, I'm really digging the look of it. It looks really like a old panel van hot rod machine, and it's cool that it drifts so good. I'm not too sure if I've showed you guys these yet, but I got a set of C4 Corvette wheels. So we mounted some pretty big tires on them. I had these tires laying around and I figured I would use them because they are a pretty good tire. So we got a couple sets of tires to burn. We got 5 hours at the track here tonight, 5 till 9. All right guys, so let's check out a few friends' Volvos. So we got Jake's Volvo here. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you guys have all seen this car. It's got a BMW M52 B28 in it. So it's 2.8 liter from a 328. So it is a Vanos, I believe. It's got all the goods, all the, you know, proper suspension setup, and it's got a roll cage in it. Really good grassroots car. Jake's been drifting this thing for a while now. We got my friend Turbo Scott out. This car you guys have seen fairly recently. At the last event, he was out here and Scott had a really bad boost leak last time, so we think he remedied that. He put a new block off plate from Synapse, I believe, so it's a little more proper than the IPD one. He got a hard pipe on the intake, so it makes choo-choo noises. I don't know, it's basically running no blow-off valve, so it's full compressor surge on the little 13C. But Scott says that it rips really good now, so it's making like 13-14 psi or whatever. The only things left to do on Scott's car is delete the sunroof for a little bit more weight reduction, and if I were him, I would take the frame weights out. If you guys don't know the frame weight trick and you have a Volvo 740 or 940, there's some really heavy frame weights on the inside of the frame rails here. So I did another video on that, so check it out if you want to know how to remove those. I got my good friend Oliver here, so he's back for another one. His car is unchanged because the car is just reliable and it works, so no point in fixing what's not broken. We got my friend Christian here, so this is his car. You guys have seen this. Like I said, you guys have seen all these cars, but I used to own this car. You know, I sold it to Christian. I sold it with the motor. It had a blown motor with a melted piston. He put a new motor in it. The thing runs pretty good now, makes the proper boost. It's so funny, all these cars are like basically the stage of modification right before it gets expensive. So all these cars are still really cheap. We're all like in the $2,000 range, that kind of thing. So they all make under 200 horsepower. They're nothing too crazy, but all of these cars are, you know, will allow you to get out and have fun for, you know, pretty cheap and reliable. So anyways guys, there's a bunch of other cars here, but no one cares about the other cars. We just want to see the Volvos, right? No, I'm just kidding. I like other cars. Oh, hey, there's my friend James. So there's another Volvo. How many fucking... Dude, we're talking 6 Volvos here. All right, guys, so this is my good friend James here. So you guys will remember this car too. It looks a little different now, but this is actually Miss Puff. So Turbo Scott used to own this car, sold it to James, did a bunch of shit to it, and now it's back on the track. So stoked to see it out. James kind of revived it. I'm digging the army green and the wheel color.
Thanks, man.
It's
that was
cool.
Actually, all Jane's choice.
Nice. It's pretty sick looking. Yeah.
So.
It's got the interior kind of looking pretty sweet. So it's got 2 replica Brad low maxes, but who cares if it's a rep?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should be good.
Still does the trick. It looks like it sits pretty nice and low actually. It's got a Hydra M46. How many M46 cars do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only got 4. I don't know. Let's see how many M46s survive the day. All right, guys. So if you saw the video of the competition event where I drifted the panel wagon, you'll notice in the in-car shots that I was shifting it into third really hard, just to try to get it into third as fast as I could so I could keep the speed up. And I thought that the M46 kind of survived, but now it grinds into third every time I shift it at higher RPM. So if I'm ripping on the car and I, you know, shift it into third, it grinds. Even if you shift it kind of slow, it'll still grind. So these transmissions, they just don't hold up to abuse. I've actually heard of an old school Volvo rally story of that they used to run these transmissions in like the Group A cars or something, but they would replace them every single stage. So every single rally stage, they would have a new M46 in there because the synchros would be pooched or whatever. So definitely something to upgrade in the future, but it works for now. This track right now, the layout we're doing is going to be mostly second gear. At the competition, we were getting it into third, but this is mostly second gear. So I'm pretty stoked to drift. We're going to hopefully get some pretty good tandems going. You know, Turbo Scott, me and Jake, we got some seat time under our belt, so it should get pretty hairy. Alright guys, so Sarah, my girlfriend, bought us some fruit, and unfortunately I guess she chose the wrong one.
Wait.
And if you look in there, there's a big juicy earwig and a bunch of its family members. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to do here is take Sarah's car for a rip. So this is her daily driver, and she's been wanting to learn how to drift for a little while now. So we did the locker mod on this car, and it's got a boost controller and cut springs, and that's basically about it. It's pretty stock otherwise. So we're going to take it out on the track and see if we can drift it. I think it'll be fine. It leaks oil pretty badly. So we're topping it up with a little bit of 1540 right now. Alright guys, we're lined up behind Turbo Scott. We're going to follow him. I'm not really asking too much of this car because it's not really set up super well. But if we can get around the track sideways, that would be definitely a win. Hey babe, do you want to learn how to drift?
Teach me how to drift, Daddy.
guys, so I'm gonna finish off the last bit of this video in the dark because it's pretty much a wrap up of the end of the event. Really good event though. I had a lot of fun. We didn't do too many laps. I didn't even burn through a set of tires. It's getting, you know, towards the end of the summer, and it's getting darker a lot quicker, and there's no lights on this track, so those last couple runs were pretty sketchy. So anyways guys, stuff to come for the channel. Jake is actually going to be welding a roll cage in my new shell. So the new blue shell that I got, we're going to be doing a roll cage in that. It's kind of going to light a fire under my ass so I can start pulling that thing apart. I am going to be pulling Misself apart. That car is going to be, you know, all the parts harvested for this new car. We're going to build the motor up a little better. Dennis Blom from Sweden is building me a new head, so it's going to be dope. At least the panel wagon kind of held in tonight. We should be able to drive it home, no problem. It's got, you know, nothing wrong with it at least. So we're gonna pack up and head home now. Like, comment, and subscribe for, I don't fucking know. Josh, what do you think it should be for?
Hairy Volvo nuts.
Hairy Volvo nuts?
Hairy Volvo nuts. Have you done that one already?
Well, probably 1,000 times, but like,
Okay.
I don't know if YouTube likes Hairy Volvo nuts.
No.
I don't think the algorithm likes the nuts.
Oh, that's true.
What, actually?
I don't think they do. No, they're not into hairy Volvo nuts as much as we are, guys.